Hi guys, today I'm going to tell you about the Guess Key game, which is part of the Soft Mozart program. Now, this is the one game that everybody should start their kids on. The earlier the better. Even if an infant happens to crawl across the keyboard, it'll help them out, because before a kid can learn anything about reading music, he has to be able to understand that each key is different and unique, and each key has its own spot on the grand staff. The only difference between this keyboard and the piano I usually use for demonstrations is that it has the stickers right on the keys. This makes it easier for a beginner to make the connection between the keys and what he's seeing on the screen. Okay, so let's see how this works. But first of all, the one thing you're going to need is a MIDI connection between your keyboard or electric piano and the computer itself. You can read all about how to do this on doremifasoft.com. Now, since we're going to be focusing on the youngest students learning, who might not know how to read yet, we'll start with solfeggio. So fruit comes down with a symbol on it. Our job is to find the matching symbol on the keyboard and press that note. Now, since we're just trying to learn our notes, it doesn't matter which octave we do it on. Even though this Mi is the same exact tone as was played, if I play Do in a different area, it still counts. Now, a lot of people like to believe that children are just born with perfect pitch, but that's not true. You develop that. And one of the best ways to develop it is to have the student sing the name of the note as they're playing it. Mi, fa, fa, mi, re. But as I said, we can switch it to the alphabet. It's not as easy to sing it out loud when it's in the alphabetical version instead of solfeggio. As with all of our games, you can pause it by pressing F1, and you can see how many points you have earned, as well as how much time has passed between each falling note. So, ideally, every day you could have your child or you yourself could play this game and play until 5 minutes and record how well you do. Now let me show you one of the coolest things about this. If you cover the screen and you resume the game, you can try to use your ear to pick out which note is playing. This is an even greater way to reinforce the skill of the perfect pitch. So, this game is especially important because it introduces the beginner to playing the piano in the most painless and most comfortable way possible. There's no intimidating sheet music. There's no song that they have to play absolutely correctly in order to feel good about themselves. It's just as simple as pressing a note and earning a point for it. And as a student gets better at the game, eventually we also introduce sharps and flats, the black keys on the keyboard. So he literally learns about the entire span of the keyboard and what the names of the different notes are. So you can read all about this, as always, on doremifasoft.com, as well as buy Soft Mozart there.